So we all know who Doctor Strange is, right? Most of the people watching this probably only know his MCU version, and in my opinion it's not a bad rendition of the character, but the comic version blows it out of the water. Of course it does, due to the fact that it has decades of lore and continuity over the Disney version. For millions of years, Earth's Sorcerer Supreme has been the crux of Earth's mystic defense. 3 immortal practitioners, known as the Vishanti, have bestowed the title and access to great wellsprings of power to those they deem worthy. The mantle of the latest Sorcerer Supreme has fallen to Stephen Strange, a once arrogant surgeon who sought out the mystic arts to heal his damaged hands. Becoming a heroic defender of Earth, Doctor Strange has ever been the champion of the Vishanti, committed to preserving life with their support. But once, not so long ago, the Vishanti summoned Doctor Strange with a dangerous request, one that would lead them down an endless road of victories and defeats. But that didn't matter in this situation. All that mattered was time, and he was given a lot of it. This is Doctor Strange in life during wartime. The War of the Seven Spheres, Year 0. Many years ago, the Vishanti came to Doctor Strange to claim their end of the bargain they granted him long ago. In exchange for his great power, Stephen owed them a debt he frankly could never repay, considering how many times it saved his life, figuratively and literally, not to mention bring him back from the dead. Oh yeah, he died by the way. But Strange is reluctant to agree to their terms. After all, it could be anything, and he must not leave Earth defenseless. They say that a war is brewing on a multitude of worlds. They call themselves the Trinity of Ashes, and Vishanti are afraid they might lose. And if they do, Earth is next. Year 1. I am a doctor, he writes in his war journal. He's writing to remind himself of what he is and not to lose sight of that fact. This is the war to end all wars, the war for existence itself. Armies are gathered in the tens of millions. The soldiers refer to him as General, which he's not happy about. Doctor, he tells them, and they listen. But that only lasts till the next day or the next battle. Already he's making decisions that will affect generations to come. But lives were saved, he tells himself. 1 year. It's only been 1 year. The Vishanti have stopped his aging, and when he's finished, he gets to go back to the moment he left like nothing ever happened. But what will become of him during this time? Year 12. Strange, his right-hand officer Orgoth, and his left-hand man are battling an oncoming ambush. Orgoth states his oath to the Vishanti and is about to give his life for the doctors. But Strange is the decider. The attackers did not know he would be there. He will always remember this battle, he thinks to himself. A flash of light from his miraculous unbroken hands and the battle is finished. He asks for a casualty report and is not happy with what he hears. They were caught off guard. There's too many dead. Too many injured. They have to leave them behind. He didn't remember this battle because of his mastery of a new magic spell. He's furious at the idea of leaving people behind. But Orgoth faces him with the grim truth that they need to move on or they risk losing more. He vows to come back for them. No, he didn't remember this battle because of the magic. He remembered that day that he mastered lying to himself. The years stretch on and he continues to fight the so-called good fight. He still doesn't age, but war will age any man. It might not look it on the outside, but his mind and way of life have taken a nosedive, and that's very visible. Year 100. A century already, he thinks. He remains ageless, but that doesn't mean his scars don't show. He's a shell of a man he used to be. The Vishanti can keep his appearance young, but not his soul. He battles on with his army full steam ahead. His own troops' resources are running low because he insists on taking prisoners and not killing them. Until now. Kill the prisoners, he says. Use their body parts to heal our soldiers. Orgoth is shocked, as it was his idea to keep them. That was 50 years ago, he relents. He's not the same man he used to be. Year 1509. He stopped asking people to call him doctor. He doesn't have that right anymore. Leave me, Orgoth, he says. But Orgoth stays. They can't leave his body for the scavengers. They need to bury their friend. Year 2309. The years drag on and the battle never ends. Slowly but surely they both can't recognize themselves, and they don't even notice. He's a full-blown war dog now, that will stop at nothing for victory. Year 3812. He doesn't think about anything anymore, only winning. The Trinity of Ashes manifests physically and attacks the troops. The battlefield is lost. Year 4512. As he drinks alone in his study, he's called to face an old friend. Orgoth has tried to kill him. But why, he says, after thousands of years, why? Orgoth is tired of this war, and killing Strange would end it. They have both forgotten life before the war. He just wants it to end, even if that means they lose. Strange finally breaks. If we lose, all of this would have been for nothing. I have thrown away my soul for nothing, he screams. At this point, what's the difference, General, he says. Vishanti or Trinity? They're all the same. You know what I have to do, relents Strange. I do, he says. He swore an oath. His life for Stephen's. He's about to end him. Do it. Do it, Doctor. After all this time, he finally gets it right. Year 5000. He faces the Vishanti once more, berating them for their cowardice. The Trinity of Ashes are suing for peace. They say the war will end. A ceasefire, he says? They might as well spit in his and those who he commands face while they're at it. Mind your tongue, General, he says. General Strange. It's because the Trinity know he's coming, he screams. He can finish it. There would never be another war like this. No. They will accept the Trinity's terms, they say. Too much blood has been spilled. We will have peace. He screams in rage. The Trinity admit they are afraid, and that he is the reason for what they are about to ask of the Vishanti. One condition, they say. What is it, he retorts. The Trinity requires only one more life. Yours. The Vishanti have agreed to keep General Strange imprisoned, but they also agreed to return Doctor Strange to his own world shortly after he left. They will separate him from General Strange. Everything he learned, his experiences, his losses, and his magic will be bound away, and there is no place for the warhound of Vishanti in a world of peace. He screams, kicks and fights and struggles, but it will be done as they command it. Earth. Forced day home. He holds a crystal, and the Vishanti tell him of how he fought 5,000 years and has no memory of it. They tell him that the crystal holds great danger. It's linked to his life force, they tell him. In that case, I suppose I had better try very hard not to die then, he says, laughing. But little does he know what life has in store for him. Well, that's it, everyone. If you enjoyed, please do let me know in the comment section. I really enjoyed this issue from the new Doctor Strange run. I really loved the Alex Ross covers as well. This was a very interesting story to see both sides of the Doctor Strange in war and Doctor Strange in normal life, and what it does to a person, what war will make a man face. But as I said, if you liked the video, like and subscribe, comment down below, and peace.